The person reading the prayer said, President Trump, we set the name of the Lord upon you, and we declare that no weapon formed against you will prosper, that every tongue that rises up against you in judgment will be condemned, and if God be for you, who can be against you? And I said, wow, I've heard that prayer lots of times. I've heard that scripture from Isaiah a lot of times in the black church and other churches. Didn't expect it to hear it said over Donald Trump. When you hear it, what do you make of it?
Idolatry, Moloch, worshiping the feet of Moloch. It's idolatry, it's heresy. It's the sacralization of human and political power, which is probably the greatest sin any religious institution can make. Look,
religion is one thing. With just religion, there'll be no spiritual fruit. None whatsoever. And I want to stop right here and say to you, be careful. You who've had the light, you who have been called, you who know the word of truth, you who have had the knowledge of the word, you who know what it's all about, you've tasted. I'm not telling you anything that you do not know. When I say to you, you've tasted of the things of God, you've tasted of the blessings of God, you know, I don't have to tell you.
If you would approach the people acceptably, humble your hearts before God and learn his ways, we shall gain much instruction for our work from a study of Christ's methods of labor and his manner of meeting the people. In the gospel story, we have record of how he worked for all classes.
Islam will be God's judgment on liberal soy boy pastors who are preaching social justice instead of biblical gospel, and I came to warn you.
Class E felony to vote a certain way in Tennessee. A bill was passed on Monday that makes it a Class E felony for local officials to vote in support or against certain immigration policies. It allows the Attorney General to remove them from office if they adopt sanctuary city policies. This also creates a new division within the Department of Safety that works with the Trump administration. It stigmatizes immigrants by forcing them to be issued a temporary license with distinctive markings. Please remember, back in the Holocaust after 1941, Jewish and non-Jewish individuals were forced to carry around individualized ID cards with specific capital or lowercase j on it, depicting whether or not they were a Jewish person. We need to be talking more about this. This happened on Monday. It is now Thursday the 30th. I haven't seen anything about this on mainstream news. I've seen Gloria Johnson post about it. I've seen Justin Jones post about it. I've seen Justin Pearson post about it. I've seen lots of Democratic legislators talking about this and posting this. But regardless of what side of the aisle you are on, this is unconstitutional. And to my Republican followers and haters, whoever you may be, if you don't agree with the things that I usually post, please realize that this is not just an attack on immigrants and an attack on illegal migrants or people who may not have came here legally or followed the appropriate avenues or steps to get here, whether by choice or by force. This is also an attack on your First Amendment rights. They've already come for the 14th Amendment, our birthright citizenship. They're now coming for the first. What's going to come next?
The clause at the center of the debate is Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, which focuses on citizenship. The Constitution outlines the amendment process, making clear that presidents do not have the power to alter.
The 14th Amendment and ending birthright citizenship does not just affect recent immigrants to this country. It does not just affect first and second generation immigrants to this country. The 14th Amendment is the amendment that gave Black people citizenship and equal rights and equal protection under the law. The 14th Amendment is what makes the language of the Dred Scott decision null and void. And if you are confused about the language of the Dred Scott decision, the most important part to you as a Black person is that it states that a Black person has no rights that a white person is duty bound to respect. This is not just about immigrants. And you thinking it is proof positive that fleet. They are also coming after Loving v. Virginia. And Loving v. Virginia is what made the one-drop rule unconstitutional. Loving v. Virginia is what made it unconstitutional for states to institute racial integrity codes. Once these two things are done away with, there is absolutely nothing stopping them.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare.